So this is my CSE 335 final project. I did dark mode planner. And so my idea for this project, I was hoping to provide an easy to use school planner. I've used several in the past and I just wanted to make one myself that would be useful for my own needs. Um, Also, a goal was to remove the need for paper planners and make it easy to organize upcoming assignments. Here's my class diagram. So you can see here's a view controller right here, as well as the table view cell, the detail view controller, which includes all of the labels as well as the map, the weather label, because a lot of this stuff is actually done right in the detail view. Here is the assignments. So you can see we have the save context, remove, and save image in here. And then this is our core data. You can see this is all the managed data that we have throughout the project. Like we have the class, the image, the name, the due date, the college, and the city. And then here's the fetch request that we use throughout here. So this is my MVC architecture diagram. So you can see the controller up here, and what the controller is doing is fetching assignment information to update the model with new assignments. It also fetches temperature information from the API. It fetches the map location and updates table view for assignments. And then when it communicates with the view, it's updating assignments and current temperature and location. The view itself is displaying assignments in the table view in order of the due date. It displays assignment information. It shows the map location of the city the college is in and pictures of the assignment itself. It also shows current temperature in the current city. And then when the view talks back to the controller, it listens for actions such as add and remove, removing assignments from the table view. In terms of the controller communicating with the model, when it communicates with the model, it's sending assignments to update assignment list and also save a new assignment to the assignment list itself. The models has access and update the data for the homework assignments and images. It handles core data for all the information because I used core data in the project. And it also returns the updated information to the controller. When the model communicates back to the controller, it notifies the controller of the updates to the assignment list itself. In terms of my use case diagram, some basic goals I had for the users that they would be able to add assignments to the planner, and they can add the title, the class, the due date, the college, the city the college is in, as well as an image. The users should be able to remove an assignment. They should also be able to display it. So you can view the title, the class, the due date, the college. They should also be able to view the college on the map. And when viewing the college on the map, they also includes being able to search local places on the map. Using Web API, the user is also able to view the current temperature, and this current temperature is always up to date within seconds. So let's get into the walkthrough. So this is the first thing you see when you load up the app. This is just the assignment list view. So you can see we have assignments right here. Each one has its own class as well as its due date. So you can see it's going in order. So this one's due the soonest. So it's at the top. So the user can view upcoming assignments. The information provided is the assignment, class name, and due date. And again, it does sort the assignments in order of the due date. So when the user wants to add an assignment, they're going to go up here and they're going to press the add button. It's going to bring up the add assignment tab. Here, the user can add a new assignment with the name of the assignment or title, the class that the assignment's in, as well as the due date, college name, and city location. The city location is used later to show the map because when we go to the detail view, it's using that city to show the map. So when the user, after the user adds in all the information, it'll also prompt them to add a photo from their photo library. The user can also take a picture using a camera. Just on my device, I was using my MacBook. I wasn't able to do the camera because I didn't have a camera on it. But like on a phone, a user will be able to use their camera. So when a user completes the assignment, they can just go ahead and delete it. And so they can just swipe left to delete such complete the assignment. And basically deleting an assignment means the assignment is done. So when the user clicks on one of the assignments, it'll bring them to the detail view. And so this is what comes up for each one that you click. So the user can see the assignment title, the class, the due date, the photo that they've chosen, as well as the college name and the map location. This map location is using that city name that we put in earlier. And then down here is the current temperature. So you can see here it's 72.1 degrees Fahrenheit in Austin, and the college chosen was University of Texas, Austin. So we're just going to focus in on the map portion of this. So the user can view the state in which their college is in. So for UT Austin, it's bringing in Austin. And for Texas Tech, it's bringing on Lubbock, Texas. So each time it brings in the city. And also the user has the ability to switch between different types of maps. So you can see the first one's in a standard type map, and the second one is in a hybrid type map. The user can use the search bar to locally search for places such as coffee. So in the example here, I did it in Lubbock, Texas. I searched for local coffee places. So technically in the same city as Texas Tech. So it brings up different markers here. So yeah, the map will place down interactable markers for users to see local places. So for the weather API, the user can see the current temperature in the selected city. So for UT Austin, which is in Austin, you can see that's right here. The current temperature at that time was 72.1. And the API, the specific API I used was weatherbit.io. And the API updates every second, so it'll always be up to date. So what that means is like, if I were to go back to the table view and come back in, if the temperature has changed, it's going to update immediately because it's constantly getting those updates. So that's really cool. But yeah, so you can see these temperatures are different. In Lubbock, it was a little bit cooler that day. So some limitations that my app has is the map not being able to show the exact location of the college. That's why I did city instead. I couldn't necessarily find a way to put in University of Texas, like Austin, and then have it bring it up because I also do have to account for people putting in abbreviations. Like for ASU, Arizona State University, people put in ASU. So I wasn't able to do that in that project, but I hope maybe to do that in the future. Also, not being able to see completed assignments. So when the user completes an assignment, they just swipe over and delete it. It's also not as smooth as most planner apps. I've used quite a few, and it's the experience on this one's a little bit not buggy, but a little bit bulky. And I hope to like smoothen that out in the future. Some lessons that I learned was I learned how to make an efficient UI for a planner. It was really cool to be able to make something that I would actually use. I also learned how to efficiently use an API to give an accurate weather forecast. In previous classes, I honestly had an issue getting the APIs to work, and I was really scared that it would happen in this class as well. But during the course of this class, I was able to figure out how these APIs work and how to utilize the information using the JSON data. I also learned how to create diagrams specifically for Swift. I've worked with like UML diagrams in the past, but I haven't worked with them with the Swift language because it's a little bit different. Not everything is specified like with public or private like it is in other languages such as Java. So it was harder to navigate that for me because it was a little bit of a different way of doing things, but I feel like I really learned how to do that this semester, and that'll be really useful for the future. Some future improvements that I can do to my app. Again, having a smoother user interface that is much more simplified and less condensed on the detail view. I feel like I squished a lot of things into the detail view that I could have probably spread out to other places. And so I could probably improve on that in the future. Um, Making the UI overall much prettier. I did keep it to like the dark theme. I really do like the dark theme, but I think I just want to improve on it in general. I want to add a separate table view just for completed assignments so that the user can see previous assignments rather than just deleting them and then they're just gone forever. In terms of this class, I wish that in CSE 335, Sprite Kit was more of a focus in this class. I feel like it was just kind of like that last minute topic that, oh, we went over it, but like we didn't really go into it. And I actually am really interested in learning more about Sprite Kit. So I really wish it would be more focused on within this class. To conclude, I enjoyed making an application that I'll utilize. Like, I really want to get this application on my phone so I can use it and build on it in the future. And to build on that, the project has influenced me to build on the current project and make this into a real application that could be distributed via the iOS store. Um, I also just loved how challenging this project was, as well as rewarding. I was a bit nervous at first to begin this project, but after finally submitting it and taking a look back at my project, it was really rewarding to see how far I've come in this class. But yeah, that's my project. I really enjoyed this semester and I really enjoyed what I learned, and I hope to use it in my future endeavors.